Nestled in the heart of the Pacific, Papua New Guinea is a nation of captivating beauty, diverse cultures, and unfortunately often overshadowed by its complex political landscape. From its stunning landscapes to its rich traditions, the country possesses immense potential, yet it grapples with economic disparities and governance challenges, making the role of its leaders all the more crucial. In this video, we'll delve into the intriguing financial world of Papua New Guinea's prime ministers, examining their wealth, business ventures, and the implications for a nation striving for progress. Now, before you grab your tiny violins for these folks, it's important to note that we're not just talking about a little nest egg here. We're talking about the kind of wealth that could make a sultan blush. Get ready to dive into the captivating intersection of power, politics, and frankly, a lot of kina. This is not your average economics lecture, folks. This is about to get real. Let's kick things off with Sir Michael Somare, fondly known as the Grand Chief. This man wasn't just Papua New Guinea's first prime minister, he was the architect, the founding father, the OG of PNG politics. He held the top job 4 times, spanning over 17 years. That's longer than some marriages, folks. And just like some marriages, it wasn't without its fair share of scandals. Now, estimating the wealth of a politician is like trying to nail jelly to a wall, messy, difficult, and you're probably going to make a mess. But let's just say that Sir Michael's time in office wasn't exactly characterized by a vow of poverty. Rumors have swirled for years about business interests, property holdings, and offshore accounts. And where there's smoke, there's usually a fire sale on ethics guidelines, but hard evidence, that's a bit harder to come by. Sir Michael's supporters argue that his wealth, if any, was accumulated through shrewd business dealings before and after his time in office. They point to his family's business empire, which includes everything from real estate to fishing. His critics, however, paint a different picture. They allege that his wealth was amassed through less than savory means, benefiting from his position of power. They point to a lack of transparency and accountability during his tenure. Regardless of where you stand on the political spectrum, one thing is undeniable. Sir Michael Somare left an indelible mark on Papua New Guinea. Whether that mark is a badge of honor or a scarlet letter is up for debate. Next up, we have Peter O'Neill, the man who took over the reins from Sir Michael Somare. O'Neill, a former accountant, promised to bring his financial acumen to the forefront of PNG politics, and for a while, it seemed like he was doing just that. The economy boomed, fueled by a surge in resource extraction. Papua New Guinea was on the map, baby. But as with most things that seemed too good to be true, there was a catch, and that catch was the ever-growing wealth of Mr. O'Neill himself. See, while the country was supposedly raking it in, so was O'Neill. His name was linked to various business ventures, from construction to energy. And let's just say that his personal finances seemed to be doing a lot better than the average Papua New Guineans. This period saw allegations of corruption, cronyism, and outright theft of public funds. Now, to be fair, O'Neill has always denied any wrongdoing. He maintains that his wealth is a result of his business acumen, not any shady dealings. But the optics weren't great. In fact, they were downright terrible. The gap between the haves and the have-nots seemed to widen under his watch, and the whispers of discontent grew louder. O'Neill's time in office ended in 2019 when he resigned amidst mounting pressure over corruption allegations and a controversial gas deal. He left behind a legacy of economic growth, yes, but also one of deep-seated suspicion and mistrust. Chapter 3. Marape, a new hope or more of the same? Which brings us to the current Prime Minister, James Marape. Elected in 2019, Marape promised a take-back PNG agenda, vowing to clean up corruption and distribute the country's wealth more equitably. Now, Marape is a bit of a wild card. He's a former finance minister, so he knows where the money is, or at least where it's supposed to be. He's positioned himself as a man of the people, someone who understands the struggles of everyday Papua New Guineans. But the jury is still out on whether he can deliver on his promises. It's still early days, but there have been some encouraging signs. Marape has taken a tough stance on corruption, ordering investigations into past deals and vowing to increase transparency. He's also talked about the need to diversify the economy, reducing PNG's reliance on resource extraction, but the challenges are immense. Papua New Guinea is still grappling with poverty, inequality, and a lack of basic services. The country needs a leader who can not only talk the talk, but also walk the walk. Whether Marape is that leader remains to be seen. One thing is for sure, the world is watching, and so are the people of Papua New Guinea. So, what have we learned from our little jaunt through the financial dealings of Papua New Guinea's prime ministers? Well, for starters, it's complicated. The line between personal wealth and public service is often blurred, and the pursuit of power often goes hand in hand with the pursuit of profit. The wealth of these leaders, whether earned legitimately or through questionable means, raises serious questions about accountability, transparency, and the very nature of leadership. When those in power prioritize personal gain over the well-being of their citizens, it erodes trust, undermines institutions, and hinders progress. Papua New Guinea, with its vast potential, deserves better. It deserves leaders who are committed to serving the people, not themselves. Leaders who see their role not as an opportunity for self-enrichment, but as a sacred duty to uplift their nation.